Oh my god, I've been muted this whole time. I am so sorry. All perfect timing now.
I confess, I did not believe you would actually survive the gauntlet.
Oh, please. Think about what you're trying to achieve. Nothing could stop us from getting to you.
I can accept that you hate injustice. Maybe we do share that. But I have to ask, Luis, why go to this extreme? Is it because you're elder? You saw your village destroyed for petty, evil reasons. Is this revenge?
Revenge? Ludicrous. That would accomplish nothing. An entire tribe does not become so derided to the point of genocide by authority figures alone, but by the vice of the society in which that ignorance is born. Indeed. It would be equally petty of me to take only the heads of the few familiar guilty. For my own satisfaction, no. I would not repay injustice with injustice.
So what is this all about? Oh, because I was muted, I'll repeat it. We are going to the end. This stream will last till we hit the end credits. From there, I will do something a little different in terms of how I'm gonna end this long LP. Just stay tuned for that.
Then why? You drew the entire nation into your scheme without hesitation. If not revenge, then what would compel you to such ends?
It is true that I was born in the ancient sanctum, but I never held any fondness for that place. The Elder have long lived in hiding, clutching the truths of the world to themselves alone. A tribe of doors locked and secrets encoded. I wanted to change that isolation. And then, at long last, a man from outside the village came to visit. None other than your father, Prince.
That's...
Though royalty, he dreamed that the tribes might stand side by side as equals. And he rejected none of our village's history, however inconvenient to his worldview. I saw him with the eyes of a child. And for the first time, I felt a dream stir. Were there more idealists like him in the world outside? Was my life of hiding at an end? Under the canopy of that gloom-thick forest, all I wanted was to leave and live upon the open plains beneath a wider sky. That was all. As for what happened to the ancient sanctum afterwards, it is a story you've already been told.
It was set aflame and crushed beneath the church's heel. The Sanctist warrior monks and ordinary guardsmen alike, all in the palm of Forden's hand.
Forden, you son of a bitch.
Kin I'd known all my life were soon nothing but ash from the wind. Too quick to realize their own deaths. I was but a child, trembling before a wall of fire. It was a massacre. It had nothing to do with any hate on either side, or retaliation for any perceived offense. It was only pure injustice. A selfish act of devastation. One thought alone burned in my mind. I would never let it happen again. And so did I walk on.
It was tragic.
Thus, I choose to make this a land of eternal, perfect equality, even should it cost my life. I shall return the anxieties endowed upon this scepter, and let it be heard. To burden others with your own fears and responsibilities is cowardice. My royal magic shall craft a world where that cannot be. Such cowardice dies.
What a lonely way of thinking. Nobody will prosper there. There are other solutions.
In the world you dream of, there is no prosperity.
Indeed, we all have our own burdens to bear. But that shouldn't mean it's wrong to help each other carry them.
Luis, You're not describing a nation that condemns evil. You're describing a nation that's entirely blind to it. A land of amoral beasts, not people. In the end, I think you're still trapped. You've been stuck in that night of flames all your life. You don't trust anyone. That's why you can only imagine a world apart from you. Unless you can face that anxiety within yourself, then you're no different from everyone you've rejected.
So be it. From the beginning, I have championed world order determined by power. All that remains is for me to realize my truth by burying you beneath it. You are not the sole wielders of these lost archetypes. I am Luis, bearer of the royal scepter. With only a thought, the power of kings is mine to command.
What?
What?
Behold, and I will reveal the secrets still
What?
beyond you.
What the hell is this transformation?
Come, we decide our world's future here.
Oh my god.
Our land is consumed with anxiety as it has never been before. All of it, foundation for my new, better world. You are but an audience, powerless to tread on history's stage. Let it begin.
We fight for your ideal world. Here and now. Take him down.
Better be sure. Let's go.
I shall warrior.
Perhaps give me your aid. No.
Warrior.
Passion slash.
Fail his attack.
I must concentrate.
Decrease attack and defense.
Take this.
Trivial.
Take this.
Wow, that's really not doing much.
Oh, awesome souls, do you?
Trivial left him wide open. Let's hit that together. They're weak to strike attacks. Smash them up together. Then.
I will crush the fantasy in your heart.
If we all work together, the situation takes my fullest power.
Fire!
Face my wrath.
Stroll!
Face my wrath.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Get wrecked!
Right in their weak spot.
Behold,
Beat him down,
I walk a
Basilio.
royal path. Come forth, royal soul.
I can't afford to hold back. Let's get on with it! Not the right move.
So I'm gonna switch you out for.
By my spear.
For
I can do
all
this.
that I believe.
They're weak to strike attacks. Here I go. Him up. I channel my power.
Let's try ice.
I will fight with pride. I'm all prepared.
I don't know if I'm ready for this, but
Let's go.
No holding back.
Final frontier! Fire!
I stand ready. Knight! Strike me if you dare.
Very good. By all means, challenge me. Stake everything you have on this battle. I will face your convictions head on and crush them. This is but my first step towards my ideal world. There is no hope for you. Face my wrath. Come to me.
Luis is gathering an unbelievable amount of magla around him. We can't let him finish whatever he's doing. Try to interrupt his attack somehow. Focus your attacks. We've got to stop him before he takes us out in one shot. For victory!
Let my power support you.
Shiva!
Go!
Yufa hit their weakness. The magma buildup dissolving.
I walk a royal path.
Oh, it stopped him already. Okay, sweet.
I won't hold back. Is there another way? Everyone, fall back.
To the back, everyone.
Is everyone all right? Oh, power of heroes!
I shall do my best. I ask for your aid.
Let's do this.
To the front. You better be ready.
Ooh!
That's what they get.
We'll do
when
this
they
together.
mess with you.
No, forward. Let's work together.
Go!
Let's do this.
Royal sword! Slash!
A tough one.
He's almost down!
There is no hope for you. Face my wrath.
Yufa's really hurting. Can someone help her?
Yufa, it's gonna be okay.
Yufa's hurt bad.
Hold on.
Can we get her some healing?
Just the thing.
Thank you. This is the power school, Souls of Kings. Give me strength.
Through this one.
I pray you're ready. I shall put all on the line. Help me finish this.
Come here. Gotta stay. Follow my lead. Never mind. Oh, awesome souls, do your thing.
Attack!
Ah!
It's okay.
Let's get up, Basilio.
End this, Prince!
No holding back.
Go! Yeah!
I do not fear death. And yet,
Woo!
To ever greater heights.
Ha! I have never known such heights.
Even I had more to learn.
Yes, I've become stronger.
There's definitely a second phase. There's no way that was it.
I think we've won this one.
so the power I have now is not enough. The magla drawn to the royal scepter has faded more than I expected. Just as I thought. I would be a fool to underestimate you, but I made a decision that day. Even if history remembers me as a destructor king, I will put an end to the injustices of this world.
What? What are you?
I commend you. Clearly no half measures will do.
Oh, his eyes are going crazy.
Your lives, I must stake my own, and all its power.
Damn, we can't get close. Tis a tremendous aura.
I have a vision, and you will interfere with it no longer. Ah, wait!
It's his gauntlet runner.
Luis still has the royal scepter. If we let him buy time, there's no telling what he'll do.
Well, he's just escaping?
Can't even go after him. There's no time to go back down to land and reorganize. We'll do whatever it takes to get that scepter back before the dawn.
Please tell me it's fixed.
Everyone, that bastard Luis took to his Skyrunner.
Yes, we know. Can you go after him?
It'd be suicide, lad. Oh, suppose it's too late to back down now. Well, I was saving some reserve power for the trip home. But if we're using it here, we're using it here.
Even if we catch up to him, we now have a way to get into the Caradrius. We don't have a choice. We need to put a stop to Luis, to the destruction he would cause.
Well, chums, batten down the hatches and brace for the storm. Hop to it now! Get in! I'll just fire up the...
Look over there! Enemies! Ugh, of all times.
Really? Oh my god. Woo!
How many are there? Where did they all come from?
He's trying to slow us down. Ain't like Luis to put off a fight, but I suppose he's too cornered to be picky anymore.
Hold on! The old girl's still barely holding together. She can't take off that quickly.
What do we do?
Your Highness, you get in the runner first. We'll buy you some time for takeoff.
What?
We can fight them together.
No. Even if we get the Skyrunner off the ground, it'll all be for naught if anything happens to you. No need to fuss anyway. We'll just kick them around for a bit while preparations are underway. Does that work for everyone else?
Fine. Suppose I'll keep you company.
Had you not suggested it, I would have done so myself.
What else are we gonna do?
Stay alive, everyone, please.
Well, Norris does all the way.
Nearest, don't let us down now.
Right. I'll get it done, damn it. Hop in, Your Highness.
Well, let's do this.
We hold the line!
Survive!
We must endure this.
Hulkenberg!
Oh, okay, I'll admit it's really cool seeing the archetypes in the as an anime form now. They look so cool! Dragon God attack!
Got it. We're powered.
Not good. They're going for the Skyrunner.
Not on my watch.
Are they firing at the Skyrunner?
Let's wreck him.
Hey, what are you doing?
Sure you want to die next to me, old man? Thought you ate platypus.
Aye, it's true I don't understand you and I never will. But I know I don't hate you, boy.
Let's go!
Aye.
Yeah! boys! The boys!
We fly!
Hey! Basil!
What? A noble must protect his people! Take this!
Stroll! Get out of there! Stroll!
Finally, I've earned my title.
No! Girls! Get out of there!
She flies. Straight and steady.
Our kingdom is in your hands, my prince.
We gotta go back! Everyone, they're going to!
We can't go back now.
We have to!
Take cover in the back. You made my dreams come true. You and the rest of them. If we live, we'll meet again.
What are you...
Is he gonna crash into it?
Let's fly!
Yes!
You've lost everything, and yet still here you stand. I must say your audacity is almost admirable. However, you rejected me, and I will not relinquish the royal scepter. Since we cannot come to terms, we can only decide this through battle. I have but one final question. Prince, do you wish to stop me? Or do you wish to be king? What is it you truly want?
I want to be king. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
They're the same thing.
But they are not. The king shouldered the people's pain all he could, and still his paradise never came. You need only look at the kingdom now to see that. But it hardly matters now. My ascension is complete. With my own hands, I will tear apart these lie-laced dreams and bury the past. Here ends the royal bloodline and the legacy of the archetypes. We stand on the threshold of a new dawn, a new age.
I can't listen to any more of this. What new age? What do you know about him? All you do is destroy. You refuse to believe in dreams. That's why you can't believe in anything that's gradual, complicated, and slow to change. All that means is that you give up on everything. You'll never beat us. You're nothing but a coward trying to escape this reality for one you made up.
The time for words has passed.
Bring it.
So be it.
Such intense magla.
Oh no!
The quintessential force of the archetype. Is this all?
Such strength. How? It's happening so quickly.
Behold! This is the Royal Scepter's potential. Resist no longer. As I said, I would rather not force needless death upon you. Embrace it once more. Take your true form and become worthy of my new world.
Not again.
You are unfazed by the melancholy. Yet you thirst. Drink deep of the magma.
Not again!
Wait. What?
What?
What just happened?
Stop. No. No. This can't be. Wake up! I said wake up! Hey, please,
My obstacles are clear. The boy
open your eyes!
is no more.
Wake up! Please! You have to wake up.
The book? More is summoning him.
Where? Are you awake now? I summoned you just in time. Do you remember what happened? What you've done?
Luis cast a spell and...
Luis cast a spell and... I'm frankly amazed you would go to such lengths, even to fight back against the spell. If I hadn't saved you, you really would be dead. But rest assured, we're finally safe. As for where we are far, far away from that hellish world. Do you remember the first time we met? I was sure you would find a clue in your journey that might reveal where in the world this place is. So I believed anyway, but I was wrong. From the start. This place is... It was never of that world to begin with. No. Maybe there's a better way to put it. This is a place that exists between reality and fantasy. In other words, the world we've been living in is fantasy.
What?
The journey was all an illusion.
An illusion?
There's nothing but despair in that world. And it will never get better. It's an endless, painful, irredeemable hell. I'd always believed that creating a utopia was possible. And if there was desire, then I thought maybe one day someone would achieve it. But I came to realize I was mistaken. In the end, a fantasy is just that. A fantasy. But all that primordial chaos only exists in that world. The world of reality is nothing like that. Really, it's an environment you should know quite well. You've come to know so much of it already. Through text on a page. Now, behold!
Huh? What the hell?
Isn't this?
Indeed. It's the world I wrote accounts of in my novel. Until now, you've thought this world a mere fantasy. But it's not.
So the world I know is all an illusion. And the world of the novel is... reality?
Oh my god, is this like a whole Matrix thing going on?
There is no deadly magic, no prejudice between its people. Now, all you have to do is admit that everything you've been through has been nothing but a story. Just a fantasy. Then this can be your perfect reality.
What? What is going on?
Your journey of revolution was just a passing dream. Let me take you back to reality, child.
What about my friends?
What will happen to my friends?
You don't have to worry. As long as you can accept that this place is real, everyone will be safe. That world is past any point of redemption. Change is impossible. The royal magic was supposed to be the turning point, but it was all for nothing. In the end, people don't want their world to change. They just want someone to be a sponge for their infinite anxieties. That's all. You can't blame Luis for wanting to end that cycle. How could anyone accept that they lived in a world that miserable?
I don't want to give up.
Even so, I don't want to give up on it.
Come on, snap out of it!
What?
Her voice.
My, such disbelief on your face. But once you stop to consider it, the ideas fall apart. Come now. Magic. Some otherworldly force capable of anything with anxiety as its fuel? A fanciful idea to sustain a fantasy world. Illusion. All of it. Those curiosities in academia, they were there because of the place's connection to true reality. And not even they could endure. You still don't believe me. Why is that?
Because the people are cardboard cutouts in the background. I have unfinished business.
Still have unfinished business.
But why? What unfinished business remains in an unwinnable battle? If I hadn't saved you, you would have died there. You don't have to chase your fears and anxieties based on some misguided concept of justice. It was all illusory, and there is no shame in accepting that. Reality is a monolith. Reality is unchangeable. So stay here in Utopia, in the place you loved reading about so much.
This place, it isn't a utopia.
I've been thinking about it for some time. Does a novel truly depict the ideal world?
You mean you deny it? Will you deny that the world of the novel is Utopia?
I understand now. It's hard to say, but this place isn't an ideal world after all. And
I can at least cast my usual spell for you. Just the small comforts, right? Music was the first magic this world ever knew after all. Makes the road a little easier, right?
the melody I've come to know echoes around me, rousing my spirit once more. Magic hasn't been lost.
The journey, my friends, they were as real as anything I've known.
Why won't you understand? Please, I don't want you to die. I
So Moore isn't trying to be isn't being a bad person. He's just
I see. I understand now. I remember. I had indeed lost everything. Despite my lofty ideals, I lost everything. Academia, the woman I loved, even my only child. Reality isn't just cruel. It's cruel beyond any hope of change. That's why I had wished for someone to strike me down and end my misery.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Me. If I were to call myself by a name you know, my name is Ithludius V.
Huh?
I once reigned as king.
Father?
Or I'm half of one, to be accurate. I was born of the very magic that split the prince in twain and gave rise to you and this place. No, it is not real. We are inside the book you hold. It served as your key to visiting me. This was the form of my youth, when first I entered the ancient sanctum. Perhaps it would be best to call me a discarded shadow of idealism. I once took such joy and passion from my ideals. I truly believed that I might end the strife and discrimination that plagued our people across nigh endless years. But the tremendous incomprehension and injustice that defines our world, it was more than I could bear. It broke me. And Luis is likely going through the same thing. I want to save you from that despair. I understand now that I would do this as your father. I could not bear to lose my child a second time. If you stay here, at least you'll be saved. Do you truly still want to leave this place and risk your life to face a reality you can't change?
If I stay, I've already lost.
If I stay here, then I've already lost.
You are on the cusp of dying at Luis's hands. Is that not proof enough that we lack the power to change reality? I can't let you throw your life away against that man. I must stop you. Even if you come to hate me for it. Fantasy is a curse, sweet in seeming. And if I must save you from it, I will teach you what reality is.
What?
I suppose how I promised to travel the world someday is destined to be only another unfulfilled dream. Archetypes embody the power of heroes who sought to change the world. And even having mastered such power against Luis, you could accomplish nothing. I wrote all my ideas into my novel, but my love's death showed me how empty it all was. You cannot sacrifice your one life for an empty dream.
I don't want to turn my back on my ideals.
Why can't you see that those ideals will only invite ruin? If no one else, you must live. That world is beyond your help. Beyond any utopia. You must face reality, my son.
Come forth, royal soul.
I'm sorry, Father.
So you would vainly struggle onward in the real world. The novel I wrote for you seems to have kindled only ideals of naivete in you. Then even my folly has come to haunt you. My mistakes poison your life. As your father, you leave me no choice. I will put an end to this madness. This is for your sake. I will show you the truth. You
Missed.
don't have to fight this. It was in this story, in this book, where you found your ideals. Haven't you always dreamt of utopia? Why do you resist it now? Why refuse me?
Prince! It's okay. I won't hold back! The magic seed! A tough...
Why? You were my first reader. You of all people have to understand.
It's not my. It's still my turn, Father.
Why don't you understand?
I have to end this.
What?
I have to defeat Luis.
So this is what it means to truly strive toward an ideal. What irony. After I spoke of fulfilling my dream alongside you. What power to see the archetypes brought to such heights in so little time. If you go back now, your ambitions will avail you nothing. You'll only die a dog's death. What is it that drives you so?
You gave up. I won't.
You gave up on your hopes, but I will not.
What? You think I chose to give up? Are you this determined to cling to your beliefs? Is that truly what separates us and keeps me confined here? Such power. Can it be? No matter how dire your fate, you never gave up. You surmounted every barrier, gathered and united soul after soul, and now, at last, across 3 nations, 8 tribes, and humankind. To unite heroes across such abyssal divides would require surpassing power. The king of all archetypes. Is that the role you would seize? A true king in body and soul.
Do you hear me? Your Highness!
Loki! Stroll!
Your Highness!
You're alive!
No. Their voices reach you? Even here? It would seem your future is not yours alone to decide.
Those are my friends.
My friends are waiting for me.
The support and ardor of your allies. Yes. The very power that reveals paths beyond your own perspective. I see. That is whence you draw your power. Neglect anxiety, and magic will lead to ruin. Even before the War of Destruction, the downfall was foretold. Yet still, they met their prophesied end. Perhaps archetypes are the will of humankind of old, left to us. A plea that we learn from their failures, that we might rebuild the future ripped from them.
I want to
I
try.
have to try. I want to know how far I can go.
Fascinating. Even as you face down the gravest oppression of reality, still you persist. Still you seek the world's unknowns as precious possibility. I see. Well, if you can believe there is more to the story than the end I see, then it is yours to tell. Once you return to reality, this place will surely fade as the dream it is. I, myself, will not be spared. Unlike you, my other half is long gone. And any reunion, lost. But if I truly am the idealized soul and hope of your father, then before I fade, I entrust you with the power of my life. Not as the author more, but as your father, the king.
City before me fades away. I'm back in academia. I wrote my ideals as a fantasy novel because I believe that there is power in fantasy. Though all my story ultimately did was trail in the glories of the past, perhaps yours will show us the true power of fantasy. So carry on as you would. Make your final preparations. My time as Moore may be coming to an end, but I can continue to serve you in that role.
Now that you say it, I've been waiting.
Unfortunately, I do not have a sun white mask. Or Talisman of the Fowl.
What now?
I've acquired a new power. A new means of protection. To greater heights. I've acquired a new power.
I've acquired a new ability.
What now?
You can trust in me.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me.
Nice! Sounds like a lovely time.
Hey, nice.
This is it. All right.
Listen here.
If I understand it all, this is unmistakably the formula for the royal magic invoked by the king. Small wonder it was found in this room, for I myself am the former king who wrote it, at least in part. The royal magic brought many wonders to fruition, but the essence of my spell stems from one simple wish. The desire for guidance. One who would bring about the emergence of a hero, a seeker who would play an indispensable role in making this country rediscover the virtue I'd lost.
However,
Not in my wildest fantasy could I imagine that you, whom I thought long dead, would become that hero.
yes.
After I committed the formula, I used the scepter to invoke the magic that would put things into motion upon my death. Once it began, those words coursed through my mind. I know not what spurred me to do so, but I wrote them all down with frantic urgency. That's why the language of a faraway land is scrolled throughout the scroll, is written around the scroll. Even now, I don't know the full significance of them. However, I can only imagine they were an essential part in reaching the true seeker I sought. In any case, that very hero appears before me now. The cause I've been set in motion can no longer be stopped. I entrust the future of this kingdom to you.
All right.
I'm ready. Luis transformed into a demon, and at his side, death itself.
However,
But you have already overturned your fated demise once. If you do emerge victorious and become king, you will truly have your ideals correct. That fantasy is not just an empty dream, but one with the power to change the world. Seems as though my novel has outlived its usefulness. Feel free to leave the old book here. From now on, you'll be the one writing the story, your own tale, a true tale of fantasy.
the kingdom rests in your hands now. If there is yet any value to believing in something beyond us, prove to me that fantasy has the power to color reality. Now, onward, O King of a new dawn!
Yo! Juna! Gallica!
He's awake!
Is he alright?
Straw! The heck, Hulky?
Thank the stars.
Considering it was we who engaged Amata's gambit, this must be rather humorous to him.
We pulled through, thanks to Neurus. Can't believe he caught us mid-plummet on that busted Skyrunner.
No way.
Don't leave out highs, mate. Wouldn't have expected his wings to be so handy.
Never again.
We're in good shape. Our wounds have already healed. It was all so fast. I'm still a little shocked.
True. It's bound to be everyone hoping the best for us below. Like what Luis did. Only the magic working in reverse. What?
Martha, are you there? It's me, God!
Why? Why do you still stand in defiance? What drives such tenacity?
Luis! The world is full of injustice. Not everything you've said is wrong, much as it hurts to admit.
Yet, you would give up because you see no other way. And no future can come from that. We may struggle with fear and anxiety, but we shape our own destiny with our own hands. I have no doubts.
Yes, you're a man who has endured tragedy. It's foolish, I know, all this talk of belief. I know well. That said, if you cast aside all belief, all that remains is to endure a slow death.
As for me, I believe things can change. I have to. Singing and believing aren't so far apart, right? Even then, my songs touched you too. I know they did.
After I'd idealized my death more than I ever did my life, thanks to a chance encounter, everything changed for me. Now I can hope for the best, without fearing for the worst. The possibilities are endless. If you ask me, that's what magic is.
Luis, you got all these people who believe in you, because you gave them a shred of hope. And now, you want to crush their hope. Maybe you're the one who's scared. Deep down, you're afraid to admit to yourself, you're the one who's hopeless now.
Luis, the fairies came to live in the Sanctum. But do you know why we chose it? The Elder Tribe. We admired the people of humanity. To make our dreams into realities, we have to trust each other. When people do that, that's what makes them so amazing. If you deny the power of trust, if you make
No offense, Galga. How is he hearing you from that distance?
then you're just plain wrong.
Fools. These false foundations. Who in their right mind could promise such fantasies? I will never let injustice be repeated. Never again!
What is he doing? Turned into literal god.
Is entirely different. It's a magla burst. Luis is becoming a human.
Come on then! No choice now. We prove ourselves with all that we are!
Let's go then. This is our final battle.
Go!
Again,
Oh.
the world must be shattered, and again it must be rebuilt anew. You will die in tribute to my ideals, Prince.
We will win this. For the sake of our world.
Oh, he's got 3 faces.
Lend me your strength.
Let's just start off with this right now.
Take my power.
No holding back.
Boom.
The inequities of the world can only be cleansed if the strong subsume the weak. Now, be a noble sacrifice. Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
What the hell?
What? Is he trying to swallow those people? Wait, they're puppets? Yeah! I can protect us. I'm sensing deadly magma in the puppets. Attack him before he swallows more. The victory!
We'll combine our strength.
Stay insane.
All right.
Hold up.
Follow my lead.
Tell wouldn't do this. You better be ready.
Get ready!
Cheerio, him wide open.
Oh man, that didn't do anything.
Justice prevail. Strike me if you dare.
Our new world. I'm all prepared.
Royal sword.
Show them our might.
Let's do this!
Got it.
Fading.
My strength.
Cecilia, nice dodge.
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
If we all work together.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Let's do this!
Go.
Yeah! Yufa hit their weakness.
Okay, let's do this. Right, let's make this fun.
Let my power support you.
Yes! The puppet's magla's fading.
Is everyone all right? Allies, together! I stand waiting.
Let's stay calm. Lend me your strength.
Mask of Ire.
True.
Uh-oh. I gotta debuff that immediately.
Yufa's really hurting. Should I help her?
Ha ha ha!
Yufa's hurt bad. Can we get her some healing? For victory!
It's up to you now.
You buff!
Missed.
Oh crap.
Stay insane in a fight. Here I go.
Yeah, better heal Yufa.
Thank you.
I feel so heavy.
Block.
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
You've got a bunch of ailments slowing you down, Captain.
Oh, power of heroes!
There is no power. Let's set it up. In your fantasy.
Tis yours.
Whoa! No way. Oh crap. What's gonna happen? Gives rise to a power of destruction.
We can't let him swallow them all. He'll unleash devastating magma. He's building up an incredible amount of magma.
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
You've got a bunch of ailments
Let's
slowing you
combine
down,
our
Captain.
powers.
Let my power support you.
Who should I? All right. Nah, I love this path.
Attack it!
Knight! Not now. Behold! We stand together! This won't do. I'll stay my blade.
Behold, let's go.
Oh, please work.
This is it.
Yes!
Magla's fading. Nice hit. That was perfect.
The audacity!
Bring it on.
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
Hulkenberg, you've got several ailments slowing you down.
We have to
Kill everybody.
I owe you one. I'm ready whenever. You better be ready. Wait a sec. Come here! You're out.
The puppet's Magla's fading!
I stand ready. Come! Strike me if you dare.
I will fight. I won't hold back.
Heroes cry.
I must concentrate.
I'm its people. Let my power support you.
Yeah! You let hit their weakness!
Here I go.
In your fantasy.
They're still breathing.
Let's hit that new weakness! Together!
As the puppet gathers.
Oh my god.
Together!
That's right.
My strength.
You hit yourself, dumbass.
Hulkenberg! You've got several ailments slowing you down!
We'll do this together.
This might kill off the right mask.
Let's go.
Fire! Oh, he killed two of them.
This is the power said to belong to a priestess. Summoner. Perhaps this will be too strong.
Here I go.
No, not this.
For victory!
I'd rather refrain for now.
World and its ideals.
You better be ready.
Still left him wide open! Let's hit that new weakness!
You struggle in vain. Give in to the truth. Your fantasy has no meaning whatsoever.
A lot of shit talking from someone who's losing this fight.
That attack!
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
That sight means he's gonna heal! Nice! Attack him, or he'll eat the puppets!
Is that all?
There is no power in your fantasy.
Let's work together.
Don't lose this one.
The puppet's Magla's
I
fading!
shall do my best. I must concentrate. Perhaps these go right ahead.
Staying bright. Let's make this fun.
Yes!
My perfect world!
Oh god.
Not yet.
A second form?
I refuse.
I shouldn't be surprised.
I won't let it end like this.
God, he's becoming an abomination.
A sacrifice. You will sustain the strong.
Are those the eyes of each tribe?
Oh, peon!
His Magla has gone out of control. At this rate, even a man of Luis's mental strength would lose his grip on sanity.
In the end, even he couldn't escape his own anxiety.
Then by his own logic, we've got to put him down. The weak deserve to die. The bastard's own words, yeah?
If he saw a threat in our power, then let us wield it.
You can't just believe in nothing! Nobody can rely on themselves alone. It's a pitiful way to live, and it's time we put an end to it!
Luis Guiaban! Here and now, I will strike you down!
Yeah!
It's time to do this! Give us our final call to arms!
Come on, everyone. Let's go.
This is our last chance. We've come this far. We have to end
do
this
this
here
together.
and now!
Not this. By this power.
Destroyer Caradius. Huh. He took the name of his runner. Actually, you know what? Increase your defense, everyone.
Even my strength will be needed. Here I go!
Stay insane in a... All right! Hold up, hold an end.
Basilio left him wide open. Let's hit that new weakness.
For all that we strive for! Not this one. Safer ground! Let justice prevail! Strike me if you dare!
Let's see what you got. Second form. Or third, I suppose. The link has been severed? Oh, this must be the part where he would be using the Magla crystals we destroyed.
Powering. It's making it harder to fight.
Time for some close.
Hold on.
No, I'm all prepared.
Take my power! For victory!
Let my power support you.
Rufa hit their weakness. Basilio left him wide open. Let's hit that new weakness.
That's all.
You can't do shit. Oh. Oh, Basilio was weak to that.
Lend me your strength.
I'm counting on you.
Nice hit.
Ooh.
This is the power said to belong to a priestess. This should help.
I knew you'd help.
Let's heal everybody.
I owe you one.
I'm obliged.
Stay in...
Get wrecked!
Beat him
I
down,
stand
Basilio.
ready. Knight! I stand waiting.
Our new world is
Let's set it up.
have no meaning for you.
Let's go. Everyone is. I'd rather refrain
should I
from
be?
that.
Hell yeah.
Why can you not understand my ideals?
The audacity!
Yufa!
Tactic. Justice prevail!
Several ailments slowing you down.
Behold, we'll do this together.
Take my power!
No use holding back.
Heal everybody.
What's needed?
There is no
Awesome souls, do your thing!
Right in their weak spot. Beat him down, Basilio.
Behold! We stand together! First, they yet cling to life.
Lowered their defense a little bit.
a world born of fantasy. It must not be. Feel true terror.
I don't like the looks of that.
Is that all?
Oh no. Oh god. He missed.
The audacity!
Someone heal her! His aura's overpowering! It's making it harder to fight!
Here?
Just hold
Even
on!
my strength will be needed.
This should help!
Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg! You've got several ailments slowing you down!
I'll hand back.
Come! Is that all?
The result, a foolish people, shackled by insecurity. Be gone from this world.
What's happening?
Tactic.
Yeah. Keep trying. You will never break her. Ha! I don't know why you get to keep going because you missed and it was blocked.
Hulkenberg! You've
I'm
got
all prepared.
several ailments slowing you down!
Fill up.
No use holding back.
I owe you one.
Just need it.
You better be ready.
This might end it. Go!
Out of here.
But why? Why is it still beyond me?
He's gonna have a third form, isn't he?
Dawn breaks.
That was too sudden.
Look! He's done it! He's finally beaten Luis!
Yeah, there's no way. That was too sudden. There's no way.
Does this mean he's won? I'm not dreaming this.
He did it!
Not yet.
That's what I thought.
I have my ideals.
Witness me! Enemy mode!
Everyone's fighting their fear and anxiety. Nobody knows for sure what's right. And even through all that, the people have declared you king!
We fight for more than justice. Show him our will against his. Show him the fall of his world.
Hold fast to your ideals! 'Tis your sworn duty as king!
You wielded the power of kings! It's time to stop following in their footsteps! Now it's your turn to take your place with them!
Your fantasy is naught but lies!
What? What's going on?
What is happening? What is happening? The royal magic is infecting the ship too?
Now, die!
No. Fantasy is more than an empty dream. It's a dream with the power to change the world!
Oh!
Damn you!
Wait, did I just combine with everybody in this ship? Into the celestial being? Ooh! Yo, that form's awesome. The scepter's destroyed. Completed all quests. I finally bested my adversary Luis, who had become a threat to all mankind. Thankfully, the nightmare of an entire populace transformed into humans has been averted. This nation has some hope for a future.
That must be the Lord that governs Utopia in all worthy champions. The hero's archetype. The king. I see. At long last, fantasy has become a force that frees people from anxiety. A harbinger of change for a deadlocked reality.
More, I'm gonna miss you, bud. Oh!
The people have chosen my son. With that, my tremendous gamble hath borne fruit. Thus it is that my duty here draws to a close.
And now, the novel you wrote with such passion will finally begin a new chapter.
This voice... Is that
the...
Could it be? But how?
While flames swept through the sanctum, I cast a final spell to abandon my body and survive in soul. I became an immaterial being among the fairies. I had to, so I might provide guidance to the child on his most perilous path.
The power of the archetypes. Was that your doing?
No. All I did was awaken them to it. My voice carried the words they needed to hear. That power is no great and rare treasure. It is something that might be grasped by anyone with the will to change the world. And anyone
that explains why Luis had it.
The world. Those children proved as much. Now, that boy has grasped the courage of a warrior. All dragons who still roamed the continent have fallen by his hand. For what greater embodiment of the impossible is there than a dragon? And he now possesses the power and will to quell those forces.
I see. Then he is not so weak a child that I must hold his hand. I am truly sorry. I lost all the power I once knew. I saw the sanctum burn. And you. I lost you. Once they took our child from me, all my remaining hope went with him. And so I placed my faith in the royal magic. I believe that if this world would choose him, there would still be hope.
This shall do. That boy's fight, and ours, is finally over. The people know.
So the voice is the protagonist's mother.
Magics to soothe their fears. They have found the strength to overcome it within, provided they can turn their anxiety into strength. and never stop walking toward the unknown, reality will ever change. Their world shall be one full of possibility.
This isn't about the throne anymore. It marks the beginning of a new era, led by those who are truly worthy of the people's trust. Almost the appointed time now. The day is dawning on a new king's reign. And with it, my true passing. However, if I may truly end my life with pride in my boy, and my love at my side, I've no regrets.
It's been a long road to this moment, hasn't it?
It has indeed. But for our son, a new journey now begins. Heed me, all people of the kingdom. Dawn breaks, and the appointed hour hath come.
He speaks. With the announcement of our new king, everything finally ends.
I now settle the long-contested succession to the throne. They who hath gathered the most faith from their subjects amassed, they who have overcome this fierce contest, the throne's new sovereign, I now reveal. Behold, your new king of your kingdom united.
Yeah, get the hell out of the way, Luis. Oh, so that's how it turns.
Can't believe it. That boy pulled it off. His Majesty, the new king.
I won't accept it. The new king is Count Luis.
He's dead.
That's cheating, that is. Rise up, people. Riot!
Disorderly conduct will not be permitted.
Settle down. The tournament is over. Our new king has been decided, and the royal capital falls under His Majesty's rule. Threaten it, and you shall face the wrath of the crown theocracy's warrior monks.
Bloody fantastic. They really did it.
Hell yeah. We are king, baby!
Quietude descended once again upon the royal capital, and the day of the new king's coronation arrived.
Boy, coronation really crept up on us. There's a lot of people in the crowd.
I hope I can do this.
Don't tell me you're nervous. After everything we survived already, stage fright should be nothing for you.
My heart's pounding.
All the same, my heart's pounding out of my chest.
Is it? Nothing you're not used to then. It's just like with the archetypes. Just keep your head high.
It'll be fine. We'll keep the crowd warmed up for you.
Your newfound dignity suits you well, Your Highness. Ah, but I suppose you have outgrown that title. Your Majesty. Yes, that too suits you well.
Your Majesty. I hope I can live up to that title.
By the way, saw some of them Senate fat cats hovering about, acting like they've been supporting us from the start, of course. Always on the winning side, eh?
Better than the alternative, no? Especially since we've got some Luis diehards among the people.
I hear that many are concerned about his proficiency with statecraft. To be honest, I'm not so sure myself.
And their concern is justified. It's not as though I swayed the entire kingdom to my idealistic views.
Juna will stand as moderator at the podium. His Majesty will only be asked for a few brief answers. First, the people would know how you aim to lead them. How will you respond to that, Your Majesty?
We have the power to change the world. All of us. I know I'm inexperienced, but I'll strive to do my utmost. With all of you at my side.
That's fine. The people have about had it with pompous monologues. Better to say what you mean with determination.
Still, there are a lot of people in the crowd who have never supported you. How are you going to respond to them?
Things won't change overnight.
I know mutual understanding will come slowly. I'll just have to keep doing everything I can for them.
You went from a nobody to the top seat in the nation. No need to puff up and bluster anymore, what? You'll do fine.
A ruler must only stand tall. The rest is not done alone. We are with you.
Indeed. And we're no strangers to more practical work. Whatever our tasks, I'm sure we can handle them.
Well, it's time to make your first appearance as our king. Let us brace ourselves.
Good luck!
Thanks for always having my back.
Well, let's go. To His Majesty, the new king!
All right, a warm welcome, please! His Majesty, the new king! Your Majesty, you're so young!
Please. My king, your subjects would hear how you intend to lead them.
Relax, okay? Take it easy and use your own words.
As a ruler, I've much to learn. I cannot say what I'll accomplish. And yet, I believe the world can change by our hand. And to that end, I will face any odds.
Now, Your Majesty, a few more words. Naturally, some under your rule now supported other people in the race. How do you respond to their voices?
There will be times I let you down. I know that. Only results can prove my intent. But still, even should you oppose your king, you can always believe in your own future. I will make sure of it!
A nation where dreams and fantasies are always in reach. Will surely be a challenge.
We'll make it happen.
There you go. If you can pull that off, you'll be the finest king we've known. Well then, this is it. Your attention, please.
Thanks, guys.
No lord remains for you to kneel before. Please take the crown with your own hands, my king.
We're gonna have to get you a haircut.
long have I awaited the arrival of this day.
More?
This journey has reached its end. He came to know the goodness of a hero's heart, and became the king his people had always hoped for. But as this journey ends, so another begins. I'd like you to watch over him on his path for a little longer yet. 1 year.
Who's he speaking to?
Since the arrival of the new king.
1 year? What the hell? I'm just walking casually through the streets? Wow, everything seems more lively and colorful.
They're finally reopening that mage academy that got closed down.
You don't say. The famous one deep in the Montario Mountains. Really? I'm impressed. It only took them a year.
They've even paved a proper mountain road. And get this, their headmistress is none other than Lady Juna.
What? The songstress?
Well, she is one of the king's 6 partisans. If she managed to help save the world from Louise, I expect she knows a thing or two about magic. Sounds like they plan to fully open the magic researcher's findings to the people, too. Quite a turn from when the late Sanctifex banned it.
Makes sense to me. After the clash between His Majesty and Louise last year, everyone knows you don't really need an igniter to use magic.
And that's just
That's true.
News. It's surprise after surprise, ever since us church folk got the boot from the palace.
Hard to believe it's already been a full year. Only natural that there would still be unrest among the people.
Even the royal knights. Their leadership was bound to the church more than anything, and now he's out on his ear too. And replaced by Sir Heisme Noctoul, no less. You believe
Heisme!
the royal knights led by a Ujif of all things. Though he's one of the 6 partisans himself. When he speaks, everyone listens. No one's about to complain.
Even Parliament now invites citizen representatives to hearings. Strange to think we'd been deaf to the voice of the people until now. It's unbelievable, compared to the days of the autocrats. How swiftly the times change, eh?
Credit where it's due. I think it's thanks to his young majesty. Remember last year's coronation? Unprecedented, that. Saw heroes of all different tribes celebrating the king's victory. Celebrating among the common folk, even. They tell me some of the younger aristocrats have taken to calling it the Great Reconciliation. It really is a tragedy, what happened to his father, the king. But considering how his sons turned out, I hope he's at peace.
Indeed. Yet the real test is still to come. The first year has seen a lot of good, but we've still got our share of problems.
People are smiling more now, but smiles won't solve the multitude of problems we still face.
Speaking of His Majesty, I've also heard some folks saying they've seen a boy wandering around these parts who looks just like him. You don't suppose?
Ah, can't be. Without his escorts? Besides, what business would a king have in this place?
Suppose you're right.
Really? Did you not know what he looks like? What the hell? Literally across the street from you. What the hell are you wearing?
On mountains of appeals from the people. How many days will this take to sort?
That's a nice outfit, though.
Heisme!
With the little cap!
And somehow you're now the preeminent ladyship of your house. Such is fate.
Such is fate.
Despite everything, this year has passed in surprising peace, hasn't it? Honestly, with the royal scepter disappearing like that, I feared more dissent.
Perhaps after Louise, they swore they could never let that happen again. Either way, more and more are dealing with conflicts calmly and openly. Promising.
It promises that I'll have an eternally cluttered desk.
Here, Your Majesty. I've brought in the next load.
Oh boy.
And bad, right? Hey, isn't the king supposed to be here?
When did he? I've said countless times not to leave unannounced.
He wanted the kid away from the palace for a sec.
Doesn't suit me. How did Louis and Forden put up with all this damn finery? Your Majesty? Are you here?
Oh, these are glow-ups.
Apologies, Troll. I'll look for him now.
Oh my god.
I'm coming with you.
Oh, good grief. Some things never change. Not that they should.
I'd say life has changed plenty for us. Yet somehow our captain's same as he ever was.
That's a good photo. Hey!
And then, well, I might have got a bit too fresh with them stuck-up Sanctists. But those bloody church folk been looking down on us for years, you know? Still, it was other Sanctists what stepped in to keep things peaceable too. I reckon they're not all bad. Guess me cogs turning. They lost both their Santifex and the Saint Lady last year. Got their own struggles, I expect.
This authority weakens power falls to the hands of those who have never wielded it. We must ensure it doesn't corrupt and give rise to new conflict.
Not like it excuses all of them or makes me want to go up and shake a Sanctor's hand, but you really put some perspective on it.
You'll come to understand.
You'll come to understand them.
You know what, lad? You're all right. You ever need some good honest work? I'll get you squared, eh?
Glad to see more optimism in the world. Still, it will take more than that to affect real change.
I should have known you'd be wandering around without your escorts again. How is it, being able to hear the city's honest thoughts? If you told them you're the king, it'd knock them sideways. Sorry you ended up coming all this way. Maria's actually out on an errand right now.
I'll wait until she comes back.
And I suppose I'll wait until she comes back.
You sure? That girl always ends up on detours. No telling how long she'll be. Either way, best keep your head down. You know what happens when you're too obvious about this. Sooner or later, the lady captain of the Royal Guard...
Uh-oh.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, they found me already.
For crying out loud.
So you were here.
Speak of the devil.
Oops.
Let us return, your majesty. And I thought I had informed you that Juno would be back from her expedition today.
I'll go back soon.
I have a few stops left in the city, though.
You do know I practically sprinted out the gates to find you. To settled, I shall come with you on every excursion.
Not dressed like that, you won't. You know how we like snooping around, inconspicuously.
Point taken.
He'll be fine. His Majesty is not about to fall prey to some alleyway scandal, surely. Right, your Majesty. If you see Maria about, do slow down for a chat. She'll be shattered if she finds out she just missed you.
Fine. Now, your majesty, once your business here is finished, please make sure you return to the palace with all swiftness.
All right.
Maria, where are you?
Let's go.
This reminds me of the first time Maria went missing. It seems so long ago. She may be praying in the Grand Cathedral just like back then. You're hiding out for the Grand Cathedral. Why not go talk to everyone else first? They're all in the royal capital to prepare for the new year, so let's find them.
Hey?
What now? What now?
Come now.
When you finish your business outside the palace, please promise me you'll resume your duties, Your Majesty. If you take this as my pressuring you not to venture out, that's not it at all, only that as Captain of the Royal Guard, I must know your whereabouts at all times. Wow, the formality. Sounding awfully formal here, Hulkenberg. Think of your station. How else would the Knights Captain address the land's king? To be over-familiar, we would set a poor example. Imagine the scandalized faces. That said, only now a day goes by that don't reflect on our travels. Only a year passed. I owe regaining my pride as a knight to that journey. I was but a wanderer, searching in vain for the prince, and it was through you I learned he yet lived.
And so
I never tire of the faces the young guards make when I tell them of the time you acted as witness to my duel. Brings back memories. Not only of my duel with Rodance, but of the journey we undertook. You were the reason I could endure the fight to the end. I'm pleased to say the knights of today are nothing like what they were under Rodan's command. Soldiers take up their sword not for those in power, but for the people. And as the champion of the people yourself, we will do all in our power to protect you, our king. You do not make it easy by sneaking out of the palace as you do, though I suspect the soldiers are getting used to your chaotic tendencies. They know they protect not just the king, but a ruler who stands beside his people and hears their voices in clarion truth. I will protect you with my life as I have always endeavored to do, Your Majesty. Only let me stay by your side to do so.
What do you want to do?
There's still other people we can talk to.
Alright then.
Oh! There's still more!
You know,
Basilio! What now? Oh, give me 1 second. I need to go to the restroom so bad. Okay, I'm back. Woo! Alonso! Hello, Your Majesty. It's only been a year since your coronation, but I see you've become quite apt at sneaking away from your duties. Under constant fire from knaves of all trades, con artists, and critics alike, your opening act has been rather tumultuous, no? I hadn't noticed. How kingly an answer. Never missing an opportunity to display how capable you are. Commendable. Besides, most of those agitators are the kind of scum that stirs the pot in hopes that they might benefit from the country's turmoil. Nothing I couldn't handle, of course. All in the day's work for the royal adjutant to the Citizens' Council. Quite an ally I've made, I should hope.
Hey.
I wonder if my mother would be the slightest bit proud to see who I've become. But I'm doing my damnedest to use my talents for good, as I always should have. I'm proud to see it.
Yes.
Supporting you is the best thing I could do. You're the one who's been able to create such lasting change in our country.
Now that you mention it.
That reminds me, do you remember Vtuber, my hometown's landowner? He told me to send you his regards. He's since confessed his crimes and is waiting trial. You were the one who awakened his conscience. It makes sense, doesn't it? You've proven your ideals to be true. That's why the country is doing so well. There's nothing more to it.
Thank you.
I'm hardly qualified to speak of pride, but if this country has one, it's you. And I'm proud to be among its people. Perhaps under your rule, the day will come that even we Nidia can walk about freely in our true forms. Oh, you're curious what I look like in my true form. I'd be happy to oblige, but let's save that for another time, shall we? Probably adorable.
Yo.
Basilio, you looking good, mate. I'm inspecting again. Seems alright paint to me. I appreciate you going to all the effort. Making your rounds, Basilio?
Hey.
Aye, Captain of the Tradian Brigade reporting. Pleased to report that there's nothing to report, Your Majesty, so I'm taking a break. Bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Still not used to calling myself a captain, beside. We've even taken in some survivors from Luis's troops, you know, but don't you worry. I got two eyes on them even when I'm not looking. Way I see it, they want the ones trying to make the words worse. We owe it to you that there's less discrimination in the city these days. Few and fewer are turning to a life of crime to make ends meet. If Del could see Grand Trad today, his eyes would bug out. And not just Del, a lot of the guys who didn't make it. I only wish they could have seen it for themselves.
Yeah.
Same. For as long as we keep them in our memories, as close to saving them as we can get, Vinca included. We built this piece with a lot of blood and tears. So I say those of us who made it this far owe it to who didn't to protect it. Maybe I got nothing to report today, but it's not like bad people just stop being bad because you're king now.
Thank you.
You've been through a lot though, so thanks for not giving up on us, or the world for that matter. You spot any trouble I didn't spot first, you just point me at it. I'll solve it quick like. Well, I see our king is out on some personal business, huh?
Just
Only tried to frustrate your royal guards overmuch, huh? They all take their duties quite seriously, much like their captain. How am I kidding? A knight who smiles is surely a myth. That's become clear to me since becoming titled. What could be more bizarre? A UG Vodcast, once a wanted criminal with a bounty on his head, made knight commander. There was, of course, some opposition at first, but the more heart-to-heart talks I've had, the more accepting to become, albeit gradually. He didn't look further than the outcasts who became their king.
True.
Indeed. You face no shortage of persecution, and look at you now. Grand titles imposed across the nation are no different spread across all the tribes. I've realized over the past year just how much a nation is defined by its people. No matter how great a king, he alone does not a country make.
However,
yet he stands for those very people as symbol and representative. That the king and those around him are of mixed tribes, it has already caused a great shift in sentiment, even for those in the rural villages. It's just how Ishtadari these days.
yes.
He seems as busy as he can handle now that they've resumed trade with other villages. Your coronation inspired that village to greater heights. It proved that barriers can be broken, and that even they could take the first step. New winds are blowing in every corner of this country. I'll have to make another trip back home with my son to see the changes for myself soon enough. And someday I hope distant generations will grow up only knowing conflict of born or tribal differences from history books. We've a ways to go before that day comes, but until it does, let us forge the path toward it, Your Majesty.
This place is real.
Well, I sure don't want to go back to the Old Kingdom.
Not very nice. Well, well. Yes.
Just scooting around as the king in Grand Trad.
Alright. Let's go see. Let's go see. Let's go. 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 Let's go.
I wonder if I just spam this, it'll get the cheat trophy for asking Gallica. Alright, I'm already getting tired of it. Ah, Commander! Well, unexpected coincidence, Your Majesty. No guards with you today. Don't worry, I'm not taught to tell. I myself just left the meeting going over the provincial governments are doing. We convene for the new year. How are things in Martyria? It's as lively as it used to be. We owe it to all of you. Your Majesty, the dodgy mess you cleaned up for us feels like ancient history now. And I'm pleased to report, as head of the provincial lords, it's nothing but good news reaching my ears. Better relations between towns has employment up and overall welfare too. Each town has specialities and wisdom to offer, and when we combine our heads, there's no problem we can't solve. I just feel so blessed to be part of it. I know I made some blunders when I first stepped into the governor's role, but I'm happy to share my feelings so others don't repeat my mistakes. That really brings me back. I know I was trying to do too much on my own back then, and I got a bit overzealous. Of course, some lords are like I once was, and would rather manage things at their sole discretion than leave things to the people. And yes, taking every matter to public opinion can be laborious, but with all the proceedings and disputes. Still, changing our own lives with our own hands makes the process worth the trouble. And choosing a king of our own will was all the inspiration we needed for change. Katharina! Good timing, mate. I just got into town myself. Long time no see, Katharina. How'd it been? I've been out traveling since I took the reins on the Seekers recon team. Hard to believe it's been half a year. Crazy, it doesn't begin to describe what's beyond the sea. The sights, the magic, everything's so fantastic. I'm already itching to get back out there. Well, not especially keen on dodging the bloody cannonballs when my ship gets too close. Lots of tension out there, but what country isn't a little tense? Everything from the customs to the way they think is so different. My head spins. Makes all the tribal bickering seem right dull if I can speak my mind. But this country's changing for the better. I'm glad I turned over the throne to you. Right, you turned it over. I appreciate that. I'm just roasting you. After we knocked heads, I knew I could trust you with making the lives of us Parapists better than they was. All my cohort have found jobs, and some of them have even picked up new skills from being out at sea so long. Well, don't you worry, your kingly head. We'll have it all whipped up in the report for you. Stroll! So about the city again, are we? Just to say, Hulkenberg is on the hunt. The classic game of cat and mouse, though who is which, I dare not say. It's been a year since you ascended the throne, but it's like you've hardly changed. You haven't changed much either. That's Lord or General Stroll, Your Majesty. I'll never get used to such titles. I really should take a page from Juna's book. She has a gift for delegating like she was born to do so. Not that I can talk, I actually came out for a bit of a breather myself. You know, I see even those at the top have their struggles a little too clearly. A general's duties feel overwhelming at times. With our lives hanging in the balance, I recognize the weight of every decision I make, and I do find satisfaction in protecting them.
Hey.
Remember our first meeting back at the recruitment center? I have fallen over with nothing to my naming you a struggling elder traveler. Back then, my only goal was getting ahead. My people were little more than an afterthought. If I hadn't met you, I'd never realized the truth about my fortune, my father's intentions, and I certainly couldn't have saved the Hellions.
Thank you.
I owe seeing the joy in their faces to you. I think I've said it before, but again, thank you. You need to give yourself some credit, Straw.
No.
I would still owe any credit I could take to you for showing me the way. They live stable, peaceful lives thanks to you.
Hey.
You're a whole country on your shoulders now. The road ahead will be full of challenges we can't possibly foresee. Show me the way and I'll blaze the trail. Now know it's my role as a warrior to be the vanguard.
That's why.
Our titles may have changed, but I'd like to think our friendship is steadfast as ever. Don't hesitate to rely on me now and always.
Say there.
All right then.
Let's go see her. The king himself, out browsing the shops. Perhaps I need to draft up a royal certificate of appointment. Tell the world we supply goods to the royal family. That's a little embarrassing. Why stop there? You can give me a signed handprint to display on the walls. Just my little joke. We're doing quite well even without royal endorsement. The igniter I made at the children's request, the one that lights up with rainbow colors, is selling startlingly well. The store was packed with families and children. I now hold a position where I control the distribution of all manner of goods throughout the kingdom as the head of the Igniter Consortium. I can't help but think, have I been in this position sooner than the church's violence, the tragedy that village could have been prevented.
But
there's nothing he could have done at the time, Brigitte. I know that. I only rose to this position once he became king and shed light on what lurked in the shadows of this country. Though you can't take full credit, as it were, I was nominated for my new position by my colleagues. Our new king has changed this country for the better. However, as a former arms dealer, it would be naive to think all weapons can ever disappear from this world.
Yet.
It's all the more reason I hope that the reason for people to wield them continue to decline. To that end, I'll continue to do all that I possibly can with all that I am, just as you do.
Speaking of...
Do you remember my dog? I found the ones who took her. Naturally, I considered ending their lives. But there she was, sitting beside them. Evidently, they could not bring themselves to harm such a sweet creature, so they decided to keep her instead. The doggy lived! This is the best news! I had no choice but to spare their lives. I couldn't subject a gentle dog to the atrocities that command her name. You should come play with her sometime. I'm sure she remembers you.
all right then.
Yufa!
Greetings.
Working hard as ever. Were you going about town and listening to what the people have to say? Myself, I just come from the Crown Court where I've been consulting with the people about their grievances and disputes as Chief Magistrate.
Well,
Our court is taking on common grievances?
Yes, of course.
In the past, we were busy with cases of violence and death, but those have decreased remarkably.
In truth.
As you're undoubtedly aware, in the past, many citizens were sentenced to hang without so much as a trial.
Alas.
I'm pleased to report things are different now. Anyone, regardless of race or status, can tell their side of the story in court and be judged equally and fairly. Just goes to show anything is possible, even for a priestess to become Chief Magistrate. And my brother is making great strides as village chief. He rather hated the role before, but he's truly found his calling, I think.
The reason is...
As I said, no one knows what the future holds. It's all the more reason that I try to guide people to good choices. I want to live in a society that practices kindness, where those who suffer need not turn to crimes, so I practice what I preach.
Now that you mention it...
The other day I went to visit Ovi's church to inquire with those who are sick there about how the kingdom can be more accessible to them. How is Ovi?
Very well.
We practiced dancing together and then we showed her mother. All of them are ready to ease into working again. Hearing them made me reflect on all the people who still need our help. Until now, the only hope these people had was God.
I do believe...
I want to fight for them to have options under laws and systems that they can rely on in addition to higher power. A country where all the tribes with all their values can join in hands in harmony. That's what we need.
Because...
You aim to achieve that too, yes, Your Majesty? I hope you'll allow me to keep walking alongside you in this. Of course.
like that.
Dear me.
Rip you, missus.
Juna! The hat looks great on you.
My king.
There you are. Heard you were in town, so I decided to see if we might cross paths. I have so much to tell you about my inspection, so I'm afraid you'll need to clear your diary for me soon. Did you bring me back any souvenirs? Let's just focus on the report. Don't worry, I'll give you just the gist. Firstly, Mage Academy's reconstruction is going swimmingly. Repairs are in full swing, and we're already processing admissions. I must say, I'm still surprised you appointed me, of all people, to be the Academy's headmistress. I was rather looking forward to going back on tour as a songstress. Oh, shall I introduce you to my furry little friend? I scooped him up in the Academy, of all places. During the reconstruction, they stumbled on the little guy in some kind of observatory, supposedly used by King Lork. Considering the igniter around his neck, I'm sure he was being taken care of. I mean, there's no way a cat could survive alone in that cold, could he? That room was in the Mage Academy? Regardless, the mysterious kitty is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Academy. All that knowledge was lost when it fell, so we're starting from scratch. You might even be hiding secrets as big as the Dragon Temple or the Sanctum. Oh, and I'm keeping the cat. Feels like fate, you know?
Speaking of which...
Speaking of fate, on my way back I met with Myrtus.
Now we're talking.
She's keeping well, I hope.
Yeah.
More than well, her throat has been fine and she's a fairly prominent singer about town now. We've both just kept soaring to new heights, her in music and me coming face to face with magic again.
Hey!
Surely you remember music was the first magic born in this world, yes? When the heart expresses itself through music, it moves the hearts of others, and when they make hearts swell, well, there's no end to the magic. It's just you watch. With music and magic on my side, I'm going to change the world. All will have equal opportunity to hone their talents at the Mage Academy. Our doors are open to all. As my sister would have wanted, if it makes the world a better place, why isn't that just grand?
Magic.
Rella taught me that magic's more than a tool. It's in all of us, deep in our hearts.
Let's go see.
All right now.
Niraz! Gonna feel the wind on your face too, have you? I know how it is. I have the fancy old title of Chief Engineer of the Kingdom Infrastructure Development Bureau. I can research as I please now, but something's missing. So I threw off that stuffy old uniform and came to gaze upon the runner in the way I do. Take your job seriously, please. I know how you feel.
About that.
I knew you'd agree. I think my bones are aching to feel the wind. I'd rather miss the days of dashing hither and thither in the runner. Not that I'm ungrateful for the gracious title you've given to a man who used to talk about modifying gauntlet runners. You haven't seen anything yet. Well, one day I'll invent a teleportation device that will deliver fresh fish straight from the Oceania to your palatal plates. It would change the world, wouldn't you say? I'm just a bit stuck at the beginning on the development. At times like this, I need stimulation in the mind. You have anything that might do the trick? Are you gonna send me on another relic hunt? Don't pretend you didn't enjoy it. Every time you'd pop back in with one, I remember how I could hardly contain my excitement. I do miss traveling like that. Even if the relics themselves were better off left untouched, they become the guiding principles to my research, you know. Convenience is important, but one must consider safety and the effects it might have on the world. An engineer who dumps a burden on future generations is no engineer at all. Still, it's no small feat to design with a perfect balance of safe and revolutionary. Even I struggle with it, and I'm a bally genius. Anyway, what I need is stimulation, Your Majesty. You know, the soul-shaking speed and quiver of a drive engine. You'll let me know if you ever want to go out for a spin, won't you? The other girls are sparkling clean and always ready for takeoff. That's everybody. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Now to find Maria.
The prince has become magnificent.
Ain't this a pickle?
Lovely.
Amazing. Grand.
So,
Let's go see her.
that reminds me.
You know how we came here looking for Maria before the tournament She was crying back then though.
But
Things are different now though. You could say that again. This country's turned around since then, no doubt about it. I'm sure there will always be differences of opinion, but your ideals are really coming to fruition now. I can feel it. That reminds me, what's up with the book you're carrying around now? Is that the one you've been writing yourself? I'm excited to see what kind of fantasy you can conjure up. But maybe that's not even the word for it. After all, if you're the one putting in ink, that means you're gonna make it a reality someday. Now then, Your Majesty, shall we get going? Maria!
Oh, hello there. Oh, right. I suppose now I should call you Your Majesty. You know, I was just telling Papa, even through all that mess, everyone's really been working hard.
Am I keeping my
am
promise?
I keeping my promise properly from back then?
Yes, you beat the villain, and now the city's full of smiles. And I'm sure Papa's smiling down on me too. That's good. Hearing that from you really lifts my heart.
It's a joy to see kids like her smile. The future changes slowly and the burden of its momentum will fall on their shoulders one day.
Don't worry. I'll try to do my part with what I've got. I want to help everyone understand that the world could be a better place if we can join hands with one another. Miss Fabian's fed so many hungry people since things changed. Some of those people even said they found their place there. I think I did too. If we can all change together for the better like that, we'll be closer to Your Majesty's and Papa's dream.
Place where I ought to be, a side of myself I ought to show. The path is never clear.
And I want to help with something too. I want everyone across the land to be able to smile.
You make a trusty advisor.
Yes. I expect great things, my trusty advisor.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
We should be the ones thanking her. Feels like I can see the entire country's future in her smile.
Everyone! Long time no see. How have you been?
As we find ourselves afield, I thought I might visit Alsace myself.
Hold on a tick. Those people there. Surely not.
Uh-oh.
Naturally, we're drawing attention. We didn't all have to go at once.
Didn't fuss old thing. It's been too long since we were all together again anyway.
Lady Tuna, did she really come all this way in a runner? Could have asked His Majesty to pop over and bring you back with a teleport or two.
The unmitigated nerve.
Oh, it's fine. I wanted to take in our country as it is. It's definitely a little rougher outside the capital's walls. There's still traces of melancholia around, and the odd human roaming about.
We're sending soldiers out for every incident we can. But it's not easy to hear the voice of the people from more distant regions.
I guess it's obvious. But just because you're king now doesn't make you suddenly all-seeing.
A lesson I learned last year. In the end, I was blind to a great deal of this world. Never would have learned if I hadn't pushed out the door and seen it with my own eyes.
He's right, the capital can be a bit of a bubble. There will always be more to do and learn beyond its walls.
A year ago, I would have just said we could fly over ourselves. I mean, let's be real. The capital isn't gonna fall apart if we just sneak over for a little tour, is it?
Of course not. We specifically put precautions in place to keep things running.
Yet it has only been 1 year. We cannot be too complacent too soon, lest the dissidents seize on the opportunity.
Oh, there he is! Over there! See? I told you, that's His Majesty, innit?
Uh-oh.
Might have been a bit too obvious. Oi there, Your Majesty!
You dare hoy the king? You swine!
Stay honky. Call honky.
We're the ones who indulged in this little day trip. Your Majesty, thanks for all you do, really. Have to say, my life's a lot easier now.
There's more work to do every day, but we're in this together. We believe in you.
Everyone's so supportive. Kind of brings back memories from last year.
Rather. It's the sort of thing to get a chap all misty-eyed over the past. What a journey it was.
We really did just leg it up and down the country slaying dragons, eh? Can't believe we actually survived it.
They were dangerous times, but exciting ones too.
When we fought to appease the dragon god, I had no idea we would have to face another 4 dragons.
Nor I. Never thought the day would come when I'd be hailed as a dragon slayer. Life is full of surprises.
That ruled. I resolved to believe in my ideals no matter what may come even back then. Even if the world is slow to change, the king's beliefs can never waver.
It was a hard road, but we did have fun together, didn't we?
Looks like we're drawing a crowd. Time to get back to work.
Indeed. A veritable mountain of tasks awaits us, and I will see it crested.
And not long after, the new year dawned.
Some days later.
A journey? Are you really planning on leaving us?
There's more I have to see.
There's more I have to see. With my own eyes.
You want to know what's going on in the world, huh? Well, I guess you are the king.
Sounds like fun, but a daily jaunt down to the slums is one thing, and a proper journey is quite another. You're a king now, lad. You've got the people's expectations on your shoulders. It's all right to just sit on your throne and mind the home front, you know?
Just want to do what I
I
can.
want to do what I can for the people. If that's not kingly, then the crown's just slowing me down.
Come on, this is no time for jokes.
Ever the fearless gadabout, eh? Well, I take your point, lad. Magla and the humans make a fine barometer for the anxiety still swirling in the country. So you go out and give it a proper survey, where it is and how much is there. If people can't face their anxieties, they can't keep their eyes forward. And if they can't do that, we'll have a bally hard time moving forward as a nation or a people. So you want to get a better grasp of it all. That's your most important duty as a ruler. That's what you're thinking, eh?
Right.
Even the most faraway future begins with the belief that it can be realized. So I'll press onward. That's the best I can do.
If that was your plan, you could have just said so.
Sounds like a fine idea to me. A proper spot of fun, besides. Wouldn't expect any less from our king and captain. Well, since I'm the bally court engineer, I've no choice but to come along. I'm the only driver fit to maneuver the Royal Skyrunner after all. And why, you're the Dragon Slayer King, bane of monsters all across the country. When I imagine what sort of wondrous encounters you've got next, well, I'm all agog. Yes, here begins our quest anew. Let us sally forth upon our... hello? Are you not listening to me?
Huh?
Sire, you've really got to stop chasing these ideas all on your own. You'll be the death of us.
Once again, sire, I've asked you countless times to give word if you're to leave the castle. Such caprice.
Nurse, don't tell me you called for them beforehand.
Saved us a bit of time, eh? Though, hello, what's this? I count only 2 of the 6 partisans. Short a few spears.
For my part, I believe 'tis unrealistic for all of us to depart the capital together.
Oh, so you have no plans to stop our little adventure, eh?
Hulkenberg and I talked it over. We decided that if you insist on going, we'd rather go with you than stop you.
I'm glad,
I'm
but
glad to hear that, but will that be all right?
I was thinking back to our last fight with Luis. So many people supported us, but not for any high-minded ideals or arguments.
They were supporting us because we were actively fighting a monster on their behalf. In the end, people make choices based on their personal experience and emotion. Even if decided justly and supported by prosperity, the people may struggle to trust a king whose face they do not know. An invisible ruler is no cure for their fears.
Right. I'm not opposed to the idea of getting out into the world again. Really, it might be the wisest move to make sure you're a king everyone knows.
my friends and allies believe as I do. Their support is the greatest treasure I could have.
Still, this early into the new year, 'tis never a dull moment in your Majesty's employ.
Bit of a smaller party than we last set out with, huh? But it's a pleasure to be on the road again with you.
Okay, but can we really afford to have both our general and the Royal Guard's captain coming along for this?
'Tis natural course for the Royal Guard to accompany the king. And I trust my corps is not so feeble that it will fall apart in my absence.
We'll make it work. Got to learn to trust others and delegate, right? And we'll just have to lead by example.
Then let's go.
Right then, let's go.
Wait, where are the others, though?
You once heard my voice and answered a query in kind. Is fantasy a powerless creation? That timeless question. So long as life remains in the world, we seekers all shall search for our answer. But he will find his. Of that I am certain. And it is thanks to you for believing in and guiding him. That was the true purpose of my royal magic, you know. To seek and obtain guidance from denizens of a land beyond ours. A land that has not yet lost hope. And it was you who answered the call. Armed with your hope, armed with the power of fantasy, you rose in glory. Such courage, such whimsy, and yes, what thrills.
Oh, I rose all right.
You have my sincerest thanks.
You're welcome. Who the hell are you talking to?
Feels familiar. It's been far too long.
Aye, the wind feels an echo of days past.
Unusually poetic for you.
Hi, it's me!
They're awful, aren't they? They would have left us behind.
Well, I'm not certain we're in a position to talk, having followed straight after, saying we could just teleport back.
Well, hey, we figured the kids might want to change your scenery, like.
Maria!
Amazing!
Poetic indeed. That the scepter's absence restored order to Magla, and even greenery to the sands.
I'll say, I definitely like this view better.
Let's go.
This. This might be my game of the year. This was amazing. Oh wait, I can't skip the cutscene. I mean, end credits. Oh well, that's fine. Man, the music has been amazing. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm like kind of speechless. This was amazing. And this whole ending part is like perfect. Oh my goodness. What an amazing game, man. I can't believe it's over. Again, I have to clap. This. Oh man, it feels so real. It feels surreal that it's over. Hmm. Ugh. Oh my god, don't tell me the music in. Oh my god. I was like, where is the music going? This really is the Elden Ring of Atlas. I definitely feel that way. The Great
Dear
Seeker.
guest, from a world I shall never know. In your eyes, I know our journey was ultimately a fiction. However, I hope your memories of this fantastical adventure burn as bright in your reality. I hope the promise of our world echoes in you. With all my heart, I hope that fantasy gives you strength.
Is this breaking the fourth wall to me right now? Oh, post-credit scene. Is that? What is that?
Look at that. The rubble's just baked for tourists now.
I never expected a view like this.
Let's see it all. Let's see the world.
Yeah.
A new journey now beckons.
Is he writing his own book?
The people prospered and perished in turn. Struck by their ways, I wrote a book of my dearest ideas. A tale of fantasy. In my vision, they placed their trust, and so the kingdom breathed new life.
The strength to believe in the unknown, that can change everything. Without a doubt, you will face all sorts of trials ahead.
I really hope DLC comes out for this game because I want to play it more.
Onward, fearless, into a world unknown.
Fantasy lives on. Brought about true peace. By saving your clear data, certain things can transfer over as is to a new game. You can transfer currently owned items with some exceptions, money, mag, royal virtues, scanned enemies, memorandum, archetype statuses, and total playtime. Save clear data. Okay. Now that that has been settled with, let's see. The special thing I wanted to do. Let me bring it up. Where is it? What's happening? So any intro cutscene again? Oh yeah, it is. Come on.
War is on the horizon.
Wait, what?
Before they command that I dry my pen, I must finish my final work. It is a tale of hope that may yet salvage this world.
I don't remember this.
It isn't right. This idea of foreigners has only ever been a tool against the foreign. If we could end such prejudice, surely war would be next to fade. We would be free to travel to far-flung lands. The reality is, we are riddled with anxiety. We fight, we oppress, and magic is but a tool of war.
I don't remember this this one being brought up.
Can we not dream such dreams? In such a world, they need no sorcery. A megapolis is built through learning and skilled labor. Glass spires reach the heavens, safe nights with no dark shadows, streets well-traveled. And in the laws of these emotionally satisfied people, it reads, all lives are equal. I know. Just a daydream. Castle on a cloud. Yet I have faith. I believe that fiction can become hope, wielded by a worthy avatar. I believe a hero will stand true and change the world. After all, this world need not stay like this forever. The will to believe in something beyond us, indeed that, is what we call fantasy.
That's weird. I don't remember it saying that. Or giving that scene before. Okay. Here's what I have. We are choosing our next LP. Big LP. I gotta help clear the backlog of my games. It's too much. And I can't decide what to play, so hold on. Here we go. Go! Yeast 10 will be our next game. So starting next weekend, Yeast 10 will be the next game. What a ride. Okay. And with that being said, thank you everybody. Anybody who came by to watch it, super appreciate it. I'll go ahead and end stream now. I gotta do some stuff, and then also start prepping schedule. This new schedule for this following week. I also need to think about what I'm gonna do next week, because next week is already Thanksgiving. Holy shit. Alright. Thank you again for watching. Super appreciate it. We finished Metaphor. We're starting East 10 next weekend. I'll catch you all later. Bye. Bye.